On January 30th, the US Department of Justice released over 3 million documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein's investigation. The material provides new insights into Epstein's contacts with the world's elite, politicians, business people, and royalty, including Norway's Crown Princess Mette-Marit, whose name was mentioned over 1,000 times. The newly released document shows that the Norwegian Crown Princess had a close relationship with Epstein, which has triggered a political and media storm in Norway. Before we dwell into their conversation, I would first like to provide some context about the Norwegian royal family. Norway's monarchy dates back over 1,000 years, but in recent years a series of serious controversies have rocked the royal family, to such an extent that more and more Norwegians are now openly questioning the existence and legitimacy of the monarchy. Norway is a constitutional monarchy, and the royal family has no formal political power but plays a strong symbolic role in the society. King Harald V and Queen Sonja have reigned since 1991. Their son, Crown Prince Haakon, is heir to the throne. At his side is Crown Princess Mette-Marit, who married Haakon in 2001. At the time of the wedding, she was a controversial figure in Norway, as she had a background outside the traditional royal sphere. She was a single mother and came from a modest background, which is often unusual in royal families, where it had traditionally been customary to marry someone with a noble or royal background. Her son from her previous marriage, Marius would later be at the center of several controversies that shocked Norway and affected the royal family's reputation, which I will discuss later in the video. Despite this, Mette-Marit over time managed to win popular support and came to symbolize a more modern and accessible monarchy. She has made her name for herself internationally, among other things, through her commitment to humanitarian issues and freedom of speech, and has long been considered an important asset to the royal family's reputation. But in recent years, that image has begun to crack. According to Norwegian newspaper VG, Mette-Marit's name is mentioned over 1,000 times in the latest release, which indicates repeated contact between her and Epstein between 2011 and 2014. That is, after Epstein's first conviction in the United States. So, what has she done then? Well, let's get through that right now. In one of the conversations, Mette-Marit asked Jeffrey Epstein if it was appropriate for a mother to suggest 2 naked women carrying a surfboard for her 15-year-old son's wallpaper, referring to her son Marius, whereby Jeffrey Epstein replied, "Let them decide, mothers should stay out of it." In another email, Jeffrey wrote to Mette-Marit, "I'm on my wife hunt. Paris is proving interesting, but I prefer Scandinavians." Mette-Marit first responded, "I'm still trying to get over the shock that you are in fact wife hunting." And then she followed up with, "Freezing snow yesterday. Paris is good for adultery, Scandinavians better wife material. But then again, who am I to talk?" This next message relates to a royal wedding in Luxembourg where Mette-Marit attended. Jeffrey Epstein asked Mette-Marit how the wedding was, whereby Mette-Marit responded, "Boring wedding. Was like some kind of old movie, where you know the characters are not hanging around for much long. Books, more books." In the next email, Mette-Marit simply wrote, "You are very charming, you know," indicating the close relationship between the two. The one email that Mette-Marit has received the most criticism for is the following, where she wrote to Epstein that she had Googled him and that he didn't look too good, and then wrote a smiley. This is because Mette-Marit has earlier stated that she was unaware of the extent of Epstein's criminal past at the time of the contact, and this email was written in 2011. This has attracted particularly strong criticism, even more so than the contact itself. This scandal came at the worst possible time for the royal family. At the same time as the Epstein documents were made public, the trial of the Crown Princess' son, Marius was about to begin. He has no royal title, is not a part of the line of succession, and has no official duties within the monarchy. Despite this, he grew up in royal circles and has a close relationship with the royal family, something that has meant that his actions have attracted a great deal of public attention. In August 2025, Marius Høiby was indicted in a comprehensive case involving several serious criminal charges. There are several counts and several plaintiffs, and according to the prosecution, the crimes were committed over a long period of time. Several of the charges relate to events in close relationships, which is considered particularly serious under Norwegian law. Marius Høiby has denied the most serious charges. The legal proceedings are still ongoing, and he has not been yet convicted of any of the crimes in this case. Shortly before the trial was due to begin, however, Norwegian police announced that Marius had been re-arrested on suspicion of further crimes. Citing the risk of further criminal activity, the court subsequently decided to remand him in custody. The case has provoked strong reactions in Norway, not only because of the seriousness of the charges, but also because of the question of responsibility. Critics argue that the royal family has long failed to clearly distance itself, while the court has consistently emphasized that Marius Høiby is a private individual and that the judicial process must run its course. For many Norwegians, however, it is difficult to draw a clear line. With the Crown Princess son on trial for serious crimes and her own links to Jeffrey Epstein, many feel that the credibility of the entire monarchy is at stake. Some even want to see the monarchy abolished after King Harald's death. As if this were not enough, the royal family has been shaken by yet another high-profile controversy in recent years. Crown Prince Haakon's sister, Princess Märtha Louise, has long been the subject of controversy in Norway, primarily due to a relationship with American shaman Durek Verrett. Durek Verrett calls himself a shaman and has made a number of high-profile and controversial statements. Among other things, he has claimed that he can cure illnesses with spirituality, questioned modern medicine, and has been linked to alternative medicine theories that have been heavily criticized by both scientists and authorities. The relationship provoked strong reactions in Norway, not least because the couple used the princess title in commercial contexts, including lectures, courses, and books. Critics argue that the legitimacy of the royal family was being exploited for private gain, damaging the credibility of the monarchy. Pressure from the public and the media increased, and eventually a historic decision was made. In 2022, Louise announced that she was stepping down from her official royal duties and would no longer represent the royal family. She retained her title but severed her formal ties to the monarchy. For many Norwegians, this was yet another sign of a royal family in crisis, where the line between private life, responsibility, and public power had become increasingly blurred. While these scandals continue to unfold, opinion polls show that the support of the monarchy in Norway has declined. There is growing resistance, particularly among younger Norwegians, with more and more questioning why the country should have a royal family at all. For the first time in a long time, the question of the future of the monarchy is no longer marginal. It is part of the broader social debate. All of this is happening at a sensitive time. King Harald is one of Europe's oldest reigning monarchs, and the change of throne is inevitably approaching. The question many are now asking is whether Crown Prince Haakon and Mette-Marit will really be able to take over a united royal family, or a royal family already damaged by scandals. So what happens now? Can the Norwegian royal family weather another crisis, or is the end of the monarchy approaching? Please leave a comment, share the video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.